Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Unnamed Gaming Podcast. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. This is our 21st episode. That's some crazy shit.
Oh,
Our podcast can legally drink in America.
Oh my god!
Yep. Okay. Beers to them. Okay. Right. I am Bendy, your Admiral Idiot, cosplayer, gamer, other thing. I don't know. Energy. I have it. Nettle, who are you?
I'm Nettle, and you're lucky I'm even here.
Literally, this is going to be 10 minutes, and then Nettle's going to finish Destiny, and I'm going to carry on watching Band of Brothers. So. That's Nettie's intro. Sweet, Tempus. How are you? What's up?
I'm hello. Yes, I'm good. Thank you.
Hello, are you? Hello.
I'm hello. Yes. Officially changed my name.
Oh, makes it so much easier.
Yes. No, I am good. Thank you. I'm good. Pleasure to be here.
And you are Tempusbe. Yes, that is who you are.
Yes, that one.
Good.
Not hello, Tempusbe.
Tempusbe, sweet. That was a good intro, you guys. Well
We've
done.
done this many a time.
21 times.
21 times.
Oh, 22 because we had the special one. So we're gonna do our usual. Probably go off on a tangent. Nettle's gonna leave because she really doesn't want spoilers. But then she's gonna talk about what we play in because that's what we're talking about now. So Nettle, you probably got a lot to talk about, right?
I actually do. So, first off, I'll start with new game. I played a game called Gone Home, which is a walking simulator game. As you know, I love my walking simulators. It's actually renowned for being the first game to be called a walking simulator, and it kind of gave that type of game the name walking simulator, basically because a load of twats in the gaming industry went, it's not a game, you can't kill people in it, and everyone was like, it's an interactive game, isn't it? You walk around interacting. It's a game. You don't have to shoot things just for it to be a game. So, right. Yes.
Do they not remember point and click games from like the 80s and 90s? Okay,
go there. But yes, it's Gone Home is well renowned for being the first walking simulator game to kind of bring that terminology around. So well done, Gone Home. It's a 2013 game, released on other platforms in 2016 and 2018. It's quite short. It's an hour long. It's fun. I really liked it. It was really suspenseful. Like, I thought I was going to get killed the entire time. Spoiler alert, I didn't. But it's a really good game. For a game that came out in 2013, it still holds up. Graphics are fine. Movement is fine. Only criticism I had with it, and that is only because it's an older game, and I've of course played games of the same that have come out sooner. I kind of wanted a few more puzzles to like solve mysteries and stuff, but if that's the only criticism I have of a walking simulator, I can't complain too much about it. And our review that is on our YouTube page and other social media platforms, I gave it a solid 9 dicks out of 10. So I think that's the highest rating we've had so far. It's joint highest, is it?
And we can never give...
No, highest.
We can never give 10 dicks out of 10 unless you can
draw a dick. That's unfortunately the... Did
you actually get the chance to Gone Home? Or did you Gone Home?
Did I Gone Home? I Gone Home. I was in fact home when I was playing Gone Home. But yeah, it's...
So you was home when you gone?
I was home when I gone, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the video, so I know it's about going home. So that's how you Gone Home.
Yeah, you Gone Home. It's about going home when you gone home.
Watch the video, everyone. YouTube.
Watch the video on YouTube. It's not that expensive. It is still a $14.99 game, which I think says more about the testament to the game. The fact that it's that age and it's still like what a lot of walking simulators that have come out in the last 3 or 4 years are. But yeah, it had a really good storyline. It went through some quite personal issues that people to this day still have to put up with that they really shouldn't. But yeah, it's done by Fulbright Company. Really good game developers. They are quite renowned for doing their walking sims. They're also renowned for doing Bioshock 2, Minerva's Den. They were the company that did that DLC. Yeah. So, don't ask me how they managed to do that, because it's got nothing to do with walking simulator, but sure.
Because they were told that they needed to do shooting. So
Shooting, yeah. They took offence to it, and they said, oh, we're going to have to do a shooting game. So.
Fine, we'll shoot things.
But yeah, I would, if you guys want a kind of a shorter story-driven game, that walking simulator game, go for it. I would definitely recommend everybody play it. And watch out for our future Fulbright series, because they have a lot of walking simulators and I will be playing them all, and they will all be going up on YouTube. So there's your point. Second game.
Watch out for your dicks.
Watch out for the dicks ratings, yeah. Second game that I played, I have gone back and started to replay The Witcher 3. It's that time of the year again.
This is the 98th time, right? 98?
I think it's about the 27th time.
Probably still do it before I do.
Yeah, but to be fair, I know where I'm going and I know what I'm doing. So, and I will always love Witcher 3. It is my traditional game that every so often I will come back and replay it because I love it. However, now that I work in the gaming industry and I see a whole range of what goes on, because I have to, I can see the little things that they did wrong in the game, and it has killed me on the inside. I can see like little movements that I'm like, why have you done that? That looks ridiculous. Why would anybody rig it that way? It's just.
Are we just talking literally about the horse?
The horse, Geralt's movement, like, I've had my life ruined by working in the gaming industry and playing games. Don't do it, kids! This is what happens!
The dream is actually a nightmare.
The dream is a nightmare. But, I mean, it's little niggly things. It's nothing, like, obviously it's nothing major, because, you know, it is still one of the best games, but it's just little things that I'm like, I would have done that. I would never accept it. I would have told them to do it again. But anyway, there's that one. And last but not least, of course, we all know what's happening
we've run
now.
out of time.
Fuck you. Yesterday, Destiny 2, The Witch Queen came out. It is the best game. It's called a DLC, but it's a big game. It really is just Destiny 3. It is the best thing that Bungie have ever done. It's perfect. I haven't even finished it yet. I still have like 1 or 2 missions left to go, and it's just the story is great, the gameplay is great, the guns are great. Didn't even have to queue to get in. Like, I didn't get back to work for until about like, 6 o'clock last night. We had dinner, and I think it was about 6:30 to 7 o'clock we logged on, which is usually prime time for queue simulator when it comes to these kind of games. Waited 2 minutes, that was it, I was in. It was the smoothest launch they've ever had. And it's just perfect. The art is gorgeous in it. We've got a completely new place. I'm not going to spoil it for people because I genuinely think people should play this game. It is the epitome of perfection. I love it. It's brilliant. It's so good. I'm so happy. I've been waiting for this for like a year or something. And we got really hyped.
That phase.
It's like Christmas.
It really is.
Yeah.
But like, we've been waiting for this for so long because it got pushed back because they said it wasn't finished and we're not releasing it early. It's just stupid for us to do that. And we were all like, oh God, what's going to happen? Is this going to be the same as Beyond Light where they pushed it back a month? And it was fine, but it wasn't great. You know, there was some cool things that happened, but no, it generally is just perfection. It's better than Forsaken by a long way. It's better than the Taken King, which is well renowned for being Destiny's best DLC. It's just fantastic. It really is. There's characters that you love. There's a new ghost called Finch, and I actually wanted to throw my ghost away and have Finch as my ghost. It's so cute.
Poor ghost.
But yeah, so I've still got a couple more missions to go, and I've heard that the finale of it is just epic. We still have a raid to come out next week. We've got a dungeon to come out, and I haven't even touched the seasonal activities that are also out. There is so much to do in this DLC, so much, that I'm going to be playing this for a very long time without getting any kind of inkling of boredom. It's just fantastic. Seriously, play it, guys. If you were ever on the border of wanting to play Destiny and you were not sure, now is the time to get into it. It's so good. It's so good. So good. And that is all I've played this week.
So, what is your dick rating?
What shall we pen for the next?
My dick rating, because you can draw dicks in certain places, is a solid 10 out of 10. It was always going to be a 10 out of 10.
I feel that's a bit
You're gonna
biased.
have to prove that to me.
There's mud.
You have to prove.
Right, I will do it.
You need to show me a dick.
You can shoot the ground and make a dick. You've been able to do that in Destiny for years.
I would like you to upload a short on YouTube of you shooting a dick.
All right, I will shoot Zavala in the face.
I mean, cold.
A picture. Okay, let me rephrase. Shooting a picture of a dick. Just make me a dick. I said dick far too much in the last
Dicks.
2 seconds.
I will. Fine, I'll do it.
Theme recently.
I will do it, and then you will eat your words, and I will put it on YouTube with no context, and everybody will be like, "What?"
Yeah.
And just at the end say, "Listen to the podcast."
Listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
This will make sense. But yes,
Excellent.
that has brought me to the end of what I played this week. Because I couldn't
more
play
next week
Overwatch
this
because my
week,
internet
Odyssey.
fucked up.
No, not good. Tempus, where you been? What's been happening with you? Played
Hello.
anything weird?
Kind of. I have obviously done my usual. I played Overwatch Saturday night, and I've been playing it ever since. Anyway, the new Reaper event started Tuesday, as that you'll be listening to this not today. But so I've been playing that a little bit, and the games were awful last night.
Oh,
Not gonna
no.
lie.
Oh no.
You know when something new comes out in Overwatch because everyone becomes a sweat. Obviously, continuing on with my playthrough of The Witcher 3. But my main thing that I played this week and did a review of on our channel was The Artful Escape, which has been mentioned before. For awards, it was put up for several awards at the Game. I think it was Game Awards, and what was the other one? The Jeff Bezos? No, what's his face?
Jeff Keighley.
Jeff Keighley.
Our friend Jeff
Is
Keighley.
it?
That is the Game
I don't
Awards.
know.
Our friend Jeff Keighley.
Our friend Jeff
Anyway, yeah. So I thought I'd give that a go because it is on the Game Pass as well, and I will say it is fantastic. I can see why it got nominated so much. It was, I think, I did it in about 4 hours, so it's not an overly long game. But I literally start to finish, I had no intention of not putting this game down. Like I was playing it till I finished it. It's not complicated at all. It is almost like a walking simulator, but you do a bit of guitar play every now and then. But it's so, like, the story in it is really cool. The art is fantastic. Like the colors, everything, it just pops off the screen the entire time. The music is fantastic, and the fact that you can add to the soundtrack as you're just running along a level, and as you're playing the guitar, the level will light up and creatures will react around you. It's so cool. But like, you go from this kind of folk like artist, you grow into like this galactic sci-fi megastar, and it is absolutely phenomenal. And the fact that I didn't know until I started playing it, and then the names come up. It's got Carl Weathers, Lena Headey, Mark Strong, Jason Schwartzman, all doing voices in this.
From the bad guy.
Sorry, what?
Is Mark Strong the bad guy? Because Mark Strong is always the bad guy.
Mark Strong is always the bad guy.
He's not.
Always the bad guy.
Apart from in
okay.
Kingsman. In Kingsman, he's not the bad guy, is he? He's the...
No.
Good for you, Mark Strong.
We love a Mark
Put it out
Strong.
there. You're great. I love Mark Strong. I think he's great.
I think
I'm
he's
gonna play
brilliant.
this game just for Mark Strong.
I would recommend it. I think I gave it 8 out of 10, but I think the main reason I probably didn't give it more was because of the fact that if you'd have given me a few puzzles, maybe, because you are literally walking from one end of the level to the next kind of thing, just interacting and playing, and you'll talk to people along the way. Like if you'd have given us something a little bit more to do, maybe even made it a bit longer. But I say that I think it was a perfect length for the story they told. I would like to see if we get a second one at some point, but I think that story's ended. So if they do, it would probably be
somebody
a new character.
Yeah.
So
It will be bongos instead of a guitar,
that's
and
it.
I'm all for it.
Mate, Donkey Kong goes.
Donkey Kong goes. Oh god.
Yeah.
And you have a full playthrough. Well, you will have a full playthrough once you finish
do.
uploading on your YouTube channel, don't you, Temp?
Yes, it's currently going now. I think when this podcast goes live, I think there's like 2 episodes left to be uploaded. So yeah, if you fancy watching what I got to, because as you play through as well, it gives you options to make choices for this character who's growing his own like almost Bowie-esque persona. And obviously you can play through it, and there will be people will probably not have the same character by the end of it, because you decide kind of what you're famous for, where you're from. That gives a big explanation, and you get to create your entire look. So I'll just say again, just go and play it. Just go and play it. It's not a long game. It's on the Game Pass. I think I said it was about £16 on other things, so it's not overly expensive. But yeah, go play now.
Do it.
Do it now.
I had to like socialize and things this weekend,
Gross.
so gross. Ugh, when it saw friends. Oh, I had to leave my house. So, but I every Thursday I play with a friend, or a group of friends. We play a game, and we went back to Back for Blood this Thursday, trying to play it on a higher difficulty because we completed it on the easiest one. And they're supposed to have balanced a load of stuff. That game's so fucking hard, but I do enjoy playing it. It's good fun when you've got a group of people together and you're just like running about killing those zombies. So I did play that. I beat that fucking boss in Skyward Sword. Fucking did it. Fucking bastard. And now I'm working way, and I will probably play a little bit later on to try and get this temple out. I quite like the aesthetic of this temple that I'm playing at the moment, and the time mechanics, which are quite cool.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that. I just still think the fucking controls are dog shit. So that's all I've been doing. Video game adjacent, though, I watched Uncharted.
Oh,
It's
I
the
also
film.
have video game adjacent once you finish with that.
Uncharted, it happened. That's all I've got to say about it. It was
Cool.
fine.
I won't rush out to see it then.
That's all I'm hearing
No,
about that movie is it's fine.
It's a thing that happened. It wastes some time.
I
And
don't know
was it.
how true it is, but I've heard that they pretty much squeeze all 4 games into this film.
Oh, seriously?
I've never played Uncharted, so I don't know. I kind of like get the gist of the story, but there's people, they get a MacGuffin, they do a MacGuffin, and there's something to do with postcards. That's it's
His cards.
basically, it's like Nettle said about unnecessary character. It's Tomb Raider. It's Tomb Raider, but with Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland. Like, it's fine.
I mean, let's not go into
Yeah.
how unnecessary the Tomb Raider movies, all of them were, but
Yeah, we didn't need those. We didn't need them.
I mean,
Maybe that's a discussion.
have either of you seen the Tom Holland lip sync battle
oh my god!
where he does Rihanna?
Yeah.
So Tom Holland for Lara
Uh-huh.
Croft.
I can get on board with that, I think.
Absolutely.
Tom.
We'll petition that. Yeah.
Petition for Tom Holland to be Lara Croft. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that happened. I played
Cool.
D&D because I played D&D all the time. So I did that too. Had some good fun. Gonna kill Strahd. It's all good.
Murder.
So, what was your video game adjacent?
My video game adjacent is Netflix's Cuphead. The Cuphead show is now out, and it's thoroughly whelming.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's.
Be overwhelmed, and you could be underwhelmed.
But can it just be
whelmed?
whelmed? Well, if you can, the show did
I
it.
bet you knew.
Because it's yeah.
I was looking at it, like the trailer for it, because I saw it. I was like, why is there a fucking Cuphead? I had no idea about this. The animation in the game looks better than the animation in the animation. Like, it looks more like an actual 50s cartoon.
And I mean,
they've tried to modernize it.
Yeah, it's
They
weird.
They clearly haven't done stills.
So they haven't changed the plot. So in the original, like, Cuphead and Mugman go to a casino. Sorry?
I said Mugman.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Mugman, dumbest name ever.
Mugman, yeah. Go to a casino, and that's how they lose the soul. Whereas in the TV series, they kind of go to this fair, and they're just playing games, and they lose a game, and they lose, like, Cuphead loses his soul from that. And is it
like
they've kind of kidified it. It is. It's PG, and I don't understand why. Because it needs to be kids show. It's not that kind of. It's a game, necessarily not for kids. So why have you made it for kids?
I mean the Dice King guy, King Dice.
Yeah, King Dice.
Freaking scary.
Yeah.
Like he's in the game. He's scary. Like,
in the TV series, he's just an imbecile.
Scary.
In the TV series, he's just an absolute imbecile. So I wasn't enamored by it. I think we've got halfway through, and I will go to the end just because they're not that longer episodes, and it's something to do in the morning on a Saturday, you know. But yeah, it was
Saturday
a bit like
cartoons.
Saturday morning cartoons, exactly. But it was a bit like, sure. I mean, we don't need games into TV shows all the time, so.
No, and if they're gonna do it, I think they should make it more adult.
Make it the way
like
the game
all
is.
The ones that are good are
Mm.
yeah, the ones that are good are all the ones that are quite adult, like Arcane and Castlevania. All of those sort of ones, they are aimed at. Yes, we played them as kids, but we are adults now, so we're understanding like the art of video games and how they can be portrayed. So don't kidify it.
No.
Don't do it. I mean, that game is hard as balls.
It really fucking is. You know, it's on Netflix, so if you have Netflix, just stick it on. You might have a different opinion than me. I might have got it completely, like, I just don't get it, and other people might. But yeah, for me, I mean, my other half liked Cuphead, also wasn't very good at it, but he was a bit like, yeah, I guess it's a TV show.
I'll give it a go.
We've been thoroughly whelmed.
Yeah. It wasn't terrible. That's the thing. It's not terrible. As TV show goes, it's stupid and it's fine. It's just, it felt like unnecessarily not like the game. So take it that what you will.
Fair enough.
We've done that's all about things we did. Things we did. Things
we did stuff.
Good.
Stuff we did.
Stuff we did. Okay, I'm just gonna say I was going to do some different news, but I've changed it now because something else came out and I didn't have time to read about it. Basically, I was going to talk about EA blaming Halo for Battlefield being shit, and then loads of stuff has come out since then about they didn't say that, and I just haven't had time to read it. So I'm gonna sort of bring up a really weird news story of people getting angry over the fact that Aloy's got peach fuzz.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Right.
Oh,
So
no.
you are complaining that a game has such good graphics that you can see peach fuzz because apparently you've never seen a human woman's face.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Okay.
thing
Have
I've
you
seen.
actually left your bedroom?
Yeah, that's what I've seen on Twitter. It's like, has this person actually been with a woman?
It's like a way to tell everybody you've never seen a woman up close, let alone naked.
Lara Croft didn't have this in the 90s.
She just had pointy boobs.
Everybody has hair everywhere. It's for it's for protection. It's why we have it. It's not like we are just completely smooth unless we do, wax and stuff. Where are they going to get wax from in the world of Horizon? Someone tell this person.
Not only that, who the fuck waxes their face? That ain't nice.
I do my eyebrows and stuff, but I like my little fuzz. It's soft and it's nice. And I'm blonde, so therefore
I'm ginger, so mine's just blonde.
Closely. It's fine.
It's fine.
Weird.
It's just I just find it so funny that they're trying to be so realistic with games, and it's making people angry. Like, it's hilarious to me.
It's one of them things where they just everything is so good about it, but they had to complain about something, isn't it?
Oh no, Aloy doesn't look real. Actually, she looks more real than anybody else does because they just don't put
And of course,
thing on a woman's face.
This is not the first time that this Aloy, this version of Aloy, has caused problems. I say problems, I mean men are stupid. Because...
Sorry, Tempus.
Not Tempus.
She's not wrong.
Not Tempus. But in middle of last year, they obviously brought a picture out of what she was going to look like in Forbidden West, and somebody was like, oh, this isn't realistic at all, and basically animified her, and were like, this is much more what she look like, and everyone was like, women don't look like that! I mean, I'm not a looker myself, but Jesus! Not even the prettiest girl looks like that! Have some realism!
Huge boobs, which would just be inconvenient if you're trying to climb up a metal dinosaur's back, right? Like, they would just flop around and get in the way. And I bet they don't have underwires in that world. What's bras?
Can you imagine that?
Just like,
she'd crack herself, come on. Broken nose, that's what happened.
Would literally give herself 2 black eyes just where both of her boobs hit her in the face. Like, or imagine trying to put plate armor over massive boobs. Like, that would hurt, right? Just plopping them, blinding them down. They'll be like mostly around her back.
Just around her, yeah.
On the back. It's like, and also, big boobs and big bums don't make women attractive. Like, all.
Excuse me, my big ass makes me attractive. This dumper truck has a reversing signal on it.
I am personally a fan of big bums, but that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and they just go on what they think is attractive.
I think no, there's a difference here between what they've seen in movies and anime and shit like that, and what is actual realistic beauty. Okay? We can't make ourselves look like anime girls all the fucking time, alright? It doesn't work like that. If you're not attracted to a girl the way she looks, I hate to tell you this, you're probably just not attracted to women. Just gonna put it out there.
Yep.
Fair point.
Yep.
But anyway, tuck those boobs underneath
Tuck
your
the boobs.
breastplate and get out there,
It's just this literally just like...
ladies.
Just chop them off, you'll be fine.
Oh God. No.
Done.
Took me a long time to get fat enough to get these boobs. I'm not giving them up.
I could do without. So yeah, that's my news. People are dumb on the internet.
People
Don't know
are
if you knew this.
dumb on
Breaking
the
news.
internet. People are dumb.
Breaking news. People are dumb on the internet. Who's... Oh yeah, I'm the host. I need
You
to
heard
say
it here
who's next.
first.
Who? Tempus.
Hello.
You got news?
I do.
Are you broken still?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just boobs are now in my head and...
That's the name of the
Oh my
Yeah.
God, boobs.
Yeah. So this past week or so, we've had Steam Next, which has been showcasing a few upcoming games, and there's been some new release, like surprise releases and things. I've got a few things. Like I'm not going to go through a lot. These are probably just the more notable ones that I've noticed more than anything. Obviously, speaking before, KO the Kangaroo now has a demo on Steam.
Ooh.
So if you want to check that out. Street Fighter 6 has been announced.
Yes.
With a new
incredible
fighter introduced, Ryu's Beard.
Ryu's Beard.
There is actually a new fighter, but I don't know his name.
Have you seen the incredible article about the realistic toes and feet in the game?
No.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Are we going to be talking about this next week?
Yeah.
But do they have hair on them?
Oh my God.
Like
No,
real
that's not
toes?
realistic.
No, they're not hobbits. Come on.
Dick. No hair on toes.
No hair on toes.
Especially on the ladies.
It's also been brought up as well that the logo for Street Fighter 6 looks exactly like a stock image from Adobe.
Oops, we forgot to do a logo. Quick.
Yeah. But apparently Adobe are trying to just sell them the image, so we'll see.
Sure.
Yeah. One for you, kind of, Nettle, because I know you wanted to try this one. I don't know if you have played it, I can't remember, but House Flipper 2 has been announced.
I never played House Flipper 1, but I always wanted to. I keep forgetting.
So you've now got House Flipper 2.
Great, that's two
has been
games that I
announced,
haven't played
so...
that I wanted.
Right, sorry, my phone froze. One for me and Bendy. This is one I didn't notice until I started following their account the other day. But it was announced back in December that a sequel was being made for this game, and it's just been revealed today that the game, in fact, will be a prequel for Backbone.
Ooh.
Explanation. What the fuck that game was?
I know.
Backbone.
I was reading the comments, and everyone was like, "Listen, we love the idea of a prequel, but what the fuck happened after?"
Sequel.
What happened in Backbone?
I love that.
They won't get a sequel until we don't know what's going on in the prequel, and then they'll finally do a sequel, and then it won't. Nothing.
I love the
they
initial
won't clear anything else.
tweet was like, we're revealing a sequel to Backbone. We don't know if it's a like a second game, but we don't know if it's a prequel or a sequel yet." And everyone's like, and they were just like, "No, just what happened to him? What was it?" Because the game kind of just goes with no explanation.
Not the only one. I thought somewhere along the line I had picked the wrong thing to say, and that's why it happened. But if everyone's going, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? Probably it will be good to, because I do like the art style of that game. It ended really strange, but I liked it. In general.
I kind of like the idea that they're doing a prequel because I liked his character, and I think obviously he's spoken about when you go through it, he speaks about a previous case, doesn't he? So I feel like maybe that's where we're going. We're going to see what leads up to actual Backbone.
He says he's working on.
Yeah, and then obviously I think they're doing it this way because they're trying to give themselves more time to try and figure out what the fuck. Because I don't even think they know what the fuck they were doing.
They're just like, right,
Wing it.
let's.
Yeah.
Kill him. Why
It's
not?
fine. Just
You're
He'll
like,
just
oh,
wake up.
fuck, we need an ending to this game.
Yeah.
You 6-year-old, what happens?
its back
alien
explodes.
dies.
Dead.
Yeah, I love it. Give him £1 million.
Damn it, the
creators of
6-year-olds are getting
Backbone,
money
whose
and we're
name I
not.
can't remember.
I don't know.
Well, literally, I can think of a way for him to come back.
Hang
I
on,
have
I
ideas.
will. I'll have a look because I did followed them. Where are they? Developer is Eggnut Games.
Oh yeah, Eggnog.
Eggnog
But
of ideas.
Call us.
let me just copy this. Nope, don't want to do that. Piss off. Right. Yeah, I'm going to put this in the host chat quick. It's just a link to their Twitter that I now follow.
I think I already followed them.
I do follow them, but I haven't had any time to get on.
It's not much, but it's like an image. So, well, like a moving GIF, if you will. And I did say to Nettle that it was kind of like a 2-part, but this kind of isn't because I am still talking about upcoming games. Obviously, the end of this week, Elden Ring. You know, the game that all three of us are anticipating a fantastic amount.
As we were all looking at our phones.
Well, I took because I took a screenshot of something.
We're all
here we go.
following Backbone.
Yes, we are now. So Elden Ring, the early reviews are in. I just want to talk about this because obviously it's supposed to be like it's highly anticipated and everything. So Game Informer, 10 out of 10. PC Games, 10 out of 10. Fextra Life, 10 out of 10. The Guardian, 5 out of 5. Kind of Funny, 5 out of 5. VG247, 5 out of 5. Easy Allies, 9.5 out of 10. Press Start, 9.5 out of 10. RPG Site, 9 out of 10. Metacritic, Critic. That's it, 98. And Open Critic, 96.
Yeah.
So
it's
sounds
lived
like
up to expectations, basically.
But I think the point is we will find out soon enough. But not by one of us, because we're never playing it. No, the thing is, I like the idea of the Dark Souls and the Bloodborne and that kind of game, but it's just not for me. I'd get so fucking wound up so quickly, and it'd be a waste of time and money. But I
don't know how to dodge, so I just cannot dodge in video games. I can't do it, no matter what it is. I can't dodge, and that's like a big part of it.
Yeah.
So sorry, FromSoft.
I will watch people stream and play it because I am still interested in like the story of it, especially considering it's is it George R. Martin?
George R. Martin.
Yeah, but like from one thing I did see though,
could do finish the next not Lord of the Rings, next Game of Thrones book. You could do that.
You don't need to. TV series did it. TV series, that's canon.
And he did it so well. It did it brilliantly. Well to Game of Thrones.
But someone that was saying like that they've had their hands on it, they've reviewed it. They said it lives up to its hype. It is fantastic, but if it is not your kind of game, then it's not going to.
No.
So, and that's a very valid point. And I think like a lot of these scores are probably they've been played by the people at those companies that play those games.
Yeah.
But I mean,
the thing is, though, I don't think it's fair to get somebody in your company who doesn't play specific games like this and make them play it, because they're obviously going to give it a bad score when actually the gameplay is fine, the graphics are fine, and the actual like mechanics of the sword fighting, etc., are brilliant. Just because it's not your kind of game doesn't mean it's not 10 out of 10. Because games aren't for everyone. This really winds me up. Games cannot be for everyone. They are different. If they weren't different, they'd be all the same, and that's crap. So
That's why you've got to have, well, in any kind of business, you need specialists that deal in specialist like products and things like that. So you've got to have your FromSoft players, your Soulsborne players. You've got to have your walking simulator players. You've got to have your RPGers. And it's good that they would then choose, because you don't want to muddy up a review of a game just because you're giving it to someone who doesn't enjoy those games. As you're
Yeah,
saying.
exactly.
So,
It would be like giving the
'cause
Souls.
I probably would get like a 2.
Yeah, exactly. We just wouldn't enjoy it. But it would be like somebody who really does enjoy the Souls game, giving them fucking Stardew Valley. Of course they're not going to enjoy it. It's really not their thing.
I think that's it, though, and it is. I think, like I said, the guy that said if it's not for you, you know, it won't be a 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that if you played it, you'd hate it. I think he's just saying, like, if this is your style of game, this will blow your mind.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's out, what, Friday?
Yes,
so
I think it's Friday.
Would have been released yesterday when you're hearing this. So odds are, by this point, we'll have all seen probably a little something to do with it.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen a couple of people say there's some frame rate issues in certain areas.
Only from what I've seen is mostly on the PC.
Yeah.
The PC version.
Which is always going to be a thing because you're never going to be able to get the settings perfect on PC with all the different shit that you've got to put on it. So,
If you're playing Elden Ring over the weekend, why don't you tweet at us and tell us what you think?
Yeah, let us know what you think of it because we're not going to play it.
Yeah.
We're not. This is not our games. If we, yeah, something like that. It'll be in the below.
Give us your rating out of 10 dicks.
Yeah, give us your rating out of 10 dicks.
But remember, you can't give it a 10 unless you can draw a dick, and you have to prove.
Yeah, you have to prove it
that you have drawn a dick.
I would just like to.
I challenge.
I was going to say, just like Howling Crazy proved the other day when he tagged us in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and there was a giant dick on the hill. So
yeah,
Microsoft Flight Simulator, 10 out of 10.
Please do that for us. Give us engagement. We love engagement.
Yes,
especially when the engagement is dicks.
We love in-game dick pics.
Not unsolicited dick pics.
In game.
Yeah.
In game, in specifically Elden Ring, and if you can't do it, 9 dicks out of 10. That's all you can give it.
True.
We don't make the rules, but we actually make the rules. So
we don't make the rules. We make the rules for all of them.
We will enforce them, though.
Yes.
Yes. Nettle, have you got some news for us?
I do have some news, although this news will make you go, huh? I didn't even know that was a thing. So Bethesda, you know, who got taken over by someone else. They are dropping their launcher in favour of Steam. Now, the entire news, I mean, when I heard this article, I just went there and went, Bethesda have a launcher? I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really play Bethesda games, but I was like, okay, fine. I think the thing here is they're going to Steam, and a lot of places are deciding to just scrap their launchers or choosing to put their launcher as Steam. So I'm wanting to know what's going on in the background here to make people want to do that. What is Steam offering in their API and backend that will help?
See, when you initially said that, I was like,
Microsoft.
Yeah, like with Microsoft, like they won't need their own launcher if they've got the Xbox app, where everything will probably go on Game Pass.
This is why I feel like people getting up in arms about Bethesda games being exclusive to Xbox doesn't ring true, because why would they bother saying, oh, our launcher for PC will be Steam? Because they would just say, well, our launcher is Xbox, so we're using the Xbox launcher. So people calm down about exclusives being on Xbox. Clearly they're not. You're going to be able to get it on Steam and PlayStation. Calm your tits.
At the end of the day, like everyone goes up in, like say, up in arms with these acquisitions and stuff. But these companies aren't stupid. They're not going to shoot themselves in the foot by cutting out like a good half of their like gamer base, are they? Because not
No.
everyone has got every console. A lot of people literally have one or the other. So you'd just be taking money out of your own pocket by not offering it to everyone.
Microsoft have said they really don't care about the console games the consoles anymore. It's like it's not a moneymaker. They want you to get Game Pass. That's what they want. They want more people to be on Game Pass. So why would they, as you said, why would they stop an income stream? The only reason you would stop an income stream is they put more people buy Xboxes, but that doesn't make them any money. So let's go around in this conversation again. That we've talked about.
I know. It's the same conversation.
It just
over
shows.
Again.
Yeah, it just shows that if they're saying, "Oh, Steam will be our launcher," that they're
You froze me such a funny face then.
So yeah, if anyone
that'll be the
out there,
thumbnail, sweet.
yeah, that'll be the thumbnail.
Jesus Christ.
If anybody does have the Bethesda launcher, I generally don't know anyone who does. You will start being transitioned over to Steam in April, and then it'll go offline later on this year. So the entirely news about basically the news that it was being shut down, nobody cares. It's more the fact that they're going to Steam that's the more important news in that.
Yar.
So yeah, that is my news. Bethesda is dropping their launcher and going to Steam, and that's the end of that.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Let's wrap this up with a question that's been posed with us, which I'm probably going to think of on the spot because I'm fucking busy. I just don't know what's going on. Do you remember last week we had our green weenus friend Deadshot on here? Green ween, show us your weenus.
I can't.
Yeah. That's an orange weenus right there. He posed a question to us. You were excited for, ended up being a complete flop. What we're thinking, what we're doing, Nettle. Which is probably that way.
So I had a long think about this because I initially was going to use a different game, but then realised that I had already said this game earlier on in a different question, and although it still rings true, I don't want to copy my own answers because even if I do want to get off here quickly and start playing Destiny, I'm not that much of a cunt. So
I think we've dropped the C-bomb yet. Well done. Well done.
I think that's the first, yeah.
Yep.
The game that I was really looking forward to but was a massive flop was No Man's Sky. Because it was a massive flop on release. They had basically, it's the old story of promising this, that, and the other was going to be in the game, and on release, it wasn't in the game. They just ran out of production time. They ran out of development time. They couldn't do it. And I will caveat this particular thing by saying now the game is in the state and better than it was going to be at the beginning. So it's not like they haven't done anything, and the game is not a flop anymore. It's good. But on release, it was awful. I played it with my other half, and it was horrible. It was really horrible to play. It was just boring. And after a few weeks, we both went, I can't be bothered to do this anymore. I gave up on it. Because there wasn't anything new about it. Like, they obviously had the quintillion, like 18 quintillion planets that are, proc-genned that will, you can go to, but there's no point in doing that if you can't bother to get off the planet you, started on. So, it was poor. And admittedly, Hello Games were plagued with a series of unfortunate events during production. They're a Guildford-based studio, up the Guildford. They flooded, and all of their PCs, all of their equipment was fucked. They couldn't get replacements from insurance because they were on what is one of the flood areas in Guildford. So they had to start all over again with that. So it's not like the development wasn't without issue, but it just they went too big too quickly on a very small team, ran out of time, got slated for it. Absolutely, God, were they slated for it. People obviously did the stupid thing that stupid people did and went too far and sent the devs death threats, which then basically plunged Hello Studios into we're not talking to the media at all anymore. And slowly but surely they have brought the game up to spec. But yeah, I think No Man's Sky was one of the biggest disappointments that ever was released on release.
To Hello Games' credit, they recognised that they didn't meet what they said they would, and they have worked tirelessly to bring that game to a standard that they think is acceptable and what people want. And that game is now popular.
Yeah,
people are playing No Man's Sky.
It's a popular game now.
Love No Man's Sky now.
It is what it should have been now.
They could have just gone, well, it's a flop. There's no point. Let's just try something new. Let's not bother. But they didn't. They were like, we have a vision and we are going to follow it through. Yes, we messed up. Hands up to us. We messed up. But give us a chance to fix it. And they fixed it.
Oh, so yeah, absolutely.
Hello Games for actually doing that. Because they could have just chucked it in the bin and done something else. But they haven't. So I have some respect for...
Yeah, Sean Murray, who is like pretty much the owner of
Oh no, choose Murray.
Oh no, she's Murray. Is like he is Hello Games, as it were. He is like the director of Hello Games. Held his hand up and said, I fucked up because I was the one that said we're gonna have this. It was his passion project. He was the he was the initial designer for it. He wanted all of the shit to go in. He was the one that mouthed off to all the press and said this is what's going to be in, and it caused rifts inside Hello Games. Devs were not happy with him because they were like, we've told you, this ain't happening. Why are you telling the press? So it really was just a horrendous incident for them. But as you say, Bendy, they come back and it's a good game now. There's so much to do in it. I think if I had the time, I probably would try and go back to it again and try and play it. I don't have that much time to sink into it because it's a very, very big game. But there again, it is also a buildery type game, so it's probably not my kind of thing anyway. It's a bit too out there. But yeah, it's just the problem with No Man's Sky is even as good as it is now, it will always have that horrible release. It's what it will people will remember it for, which is a shame. And they also have to put up with the fact that they have to go on to something else now and they don't know what they're doing. So.
Well, they should have hired me a couple of years ago.
Exactly, they need a game designer like Bendy. They absolutely need a game designer like Bendy.
It was just an office bitch, but still, I wanted to work for Hello Games. Any
Guildford Game Studios, hire Bendy. I'm her reference. So
this podcast is my reference. Yeah, I wouldn't hire me either.
Mate, I don't think I would be hired under this podcast if this was a reference. So
it's fine. We're going to start our own games company.
That's fine. Yeah, it's absolutely the Unnamed Games company.
Yeah, the Unnamed Gaming Productions. Yeah.
But
Tempus,
yes, that's it.
Have you got any? Have you got?
I have an answer. Yes. See, now this game wasn't necessarily a flop, but it's a game I was really looking forward to, and then it just did nothing for me. And it's a shame because it's a long-running series that I've played from the beginning, and it is Pokemon Sword and Shield. Yeah. So I love Pokemon. Who doesn't? And I was really, maybe not now. I was really looking forward to
buying you a Game Boy and Pokemon Yellow.
You get it on. Just play the originals. But yeah, I was really looking forward to it. But like, I think it had kind of started maybe a couple of iterations before as well, because obviously the whole point, like you don't want to keep your game. I get that you want to, evolve it. You want to give new things every time you play. But the thing is, this was the Switch's first full Pokemon game. I don't think you needed to do anything magnificent. I think the way you ran around,
Make it look pretty.
yeah, it looked great. I won't give it anything from that, but it was just from like, I think it might have been Sun and Moon when they gave you the X crystals or whatever. I can't remember now. It's like every time now you get a new release, there's something that makes your Pokemon bigger or badder or whatever. And in this one, it was Gigantamaxing. So you could, yeah. So you'd basically, the gyms weren't gyms, they were stadiums. And you were going to compete in these stadiums against other people, and you would, one of their Pokemon, they would Gigantamax, which would basically make them fucking huge in the stadium, and you'd fight, and you'd have to do it with your Pokemon. And you could go to, they were like little, almost like dungeons as you went around the map as well. And you went to one of them, and you could fight a Gigantamax Pokemon. And I like the idea of a dungeon in Pokemon. Just let me go in there, walk around, level up, catch a few Pokemons. I think it was just the fact that it felt generic. It looked great, but it wasn't enticing me to just go. I didn't even finish the game.
Ooh.
That's how much I was just like meh. I was nonplussed with it. This is coming from someone that loves Pokemon. Like I haven't got it at the minute, but I can't wait to get a hold of Legends Arceus. That looks great. So much different for like that. That's what Sword and Shield should have been in the first
Wanted
place.
Sword and Shield to be.
Yeah. But like even they've got their like little things. They've got alpha Pokemon which are like twice the size of other ones and big red eyes and things. So they've still done something. But the whole point is like this game is set like before anything else. Like in the past, you didn't need to do any of that. You just had to let us roam and catch Pokemon. And I think this is the problem they've got themselves in, is they're just having to go bigger and better every time now, and it's getting silly, I think.
They run out of more Pokemon because they started making Pokemon that look like ice cream cones and chandeliers, which I'm sorry, but what the fuck, Game Freak? Seriously. So I guess they have to choose something that they think is gonna then make the game more exciting, but I'm just happy. You give me like Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. You just give me the first game that looks pretty. Like, for 151 Pokemon was enough. Just maybe give me a new region. I don't know. You don't need to have that formula. Is a steadfast formula.
Yeah.
Like you battle in your gyms, you fight Team Rocket, and you catch Pokemon along the way. You don't need anything else to it. Dude, is it just me? Like,
No, like I said, it just, I get that they're trying to give you something different for the games, because maybe in their eyes they think it's stale that you just go and catch your Pokemon and then go to your gyms. But not being funny, if you give us a nice dynamic world and you give us a cool story to go along with it, they always give us good like villains, don't they? It's like they're always quite Dragon Ball Z-ly. But it's like I think it was just the fact that they pushed this new, bigger, better Pokemon dynamic in your face, and I'm like, I don't care about that. Just let me run around and catch wild Pokemon. I love the fact that they were running around in the grass. That's fantastic. Like, this is the Pokemon game we've wanted for like years. You actually see the Pokemon running around, and especially in the newest one, they're in packs. They're like in actual like herds and stuff. So it's really cool. But like I said, even still, they've had to give us something as like a new dynamic. When I'm not being funny, the whole concept of the game of where you're not really battling very much, because if you're sneaky about it, you can literally just catch the Pokemon without fighting them. So it's like, did you really need to have the big bad alphas? Just give us some bad guy in the region that you need to kind of eventually stop from stealing other Pokemon or something. But maybe
a path that has lots and lots and lots of people on the way.
Yeah.
That knocks down all of your PP and your HP, and that's what the challenge was, is making sure you can get through without dying or using up all of your stuff. You don't need big bads.
That's the thing as well. It's like back in the original days, like if you like if all your Pokemon died or whatever, or you had a couple that had fainted and you didn't have any potions, you was nowhere near a town, you were kind of screwed. Whereas like in the later ones as well, you can still access your box. I think you can switch your Pokemon at any time you like.
How do you do a Nuzlocke?
That's what I mean. It's not your convention. It's not a conventional RPG game anymore, like it used to be. They've changed the formula quite a bit. I mean, I know, like, what was it, 93?
Yeah,
something like that.
Blue and green.
Or is that far too early?
No, it's not. I don't think it is. I think it's around 92.
No, 97. I think, is it 97? I've got to Google this now.
We Google.
We go, girl.
Pokemon
We go, Google.
release date. 96. Right. Okay. So we weren't far off. And that was in Japan anyway. But yeah. So what? 96 till 2022. That's like 26 years.
Don't.
Sorry.
You just went there. You weren't there.
Yeah. No, it's fine because I literally sat and felt sad yesterday when I saw that I'm older than the entire series of Zelda by 2 years. So
Posting yesterday about it being the 35th anniversary of Zelda is incorrect.
36, isn't
it?
That's what I've been seeing.
Came out in 8. Yeah, sorry, 35 was last year. It's 86. But it came out in like November.
That make a difference?
Maybe it came out earlier in Japan.
I know, but I was looking for it. I was like, well, I've got to post something to, because I'm a big Zelda fan. But I'm like, this date's not right. But anyway, I'll probably be corrected in the comments or whatever. But I'm pretty sure it's not February, not in Japan either.
But yeah, so
we're pretty much, me and Zelda are pretty much the same age. We understand each other.
I think this is the sad thing now. It's like I'm older than a lot of game series. I mean, I was older than a lot of game series anyway because being old. But like when you think back to games like that and Mario, and it's like I was actually alive before that came out.
You're not as old as Donkey Kong.
No, that's fine. Donkey Kong can keep his crown.
Yep.
Until King K. Rool steals it. Anyway, that was my disappointment.
That's absolutely fair. Good point. Well made. So I have kind of two. One I'm not going to bang on about too much because basically it's like flogging a dead horse at this point. But I was so excited. No. I was so excited for Cyberpunk. Ridiculously excited. I was like, oh my god, there's this Cyberpunk world. It's gonna be massive and high rise and all of this. And it didn't live up to hype. But everybody talks about it. Everyone in all podcasts, you'll hear about how Cyberpunk is so disappointing and all of this. I'm excited to try again with the next gen upgrade and all of the stuff, similar to what Nettle was saying about No Man's Sky. They've gone back to it, probably not as well, I'd say, as probably No Man's Sky, but they've got the you know, things that they said they would have at the beginning, so you can change your apartments, buy apartments, all of that sort of stuff, change your appearance. And now it works on next gen, which is good. So I'm downloading that 90 gig update at the moment. Not a problem. And I think I'll give it a try, start from the beginning, start fresh with fresh eyes as if it just came out, and then see how I feel about it. I want to love it because I think I'm in love with Keanu Reeves.
Isn't everyone?
Wow.
So I'll give that a go. But I think the biggest disappointments / flops was, and again, that everybody talks about, but was Fallout 76. So I had been thinking about wanting a multiplayer Fallout since Fallout 3. Like, I'm not very good at video games. I like to play with other people because they do all the work, but then I still get the story. So you know what I'm talking about. So I was like, they're going to release a multiplayer Fallout game. And I wanted it to be more like Borderlands. So you have a four-person team, you go out and you explore the wasteland and you follow the story that way. That's what I wanted. But they then tried to do an ESO and it failed. Like, it didn't work. Like, their idea of not having NPCs was real dumb, and I know they've updated that, and I have played it since, and it's fine. But your thing with Fallout is the story. The world is a cool world, but that is not enough to keep you going. And I don't think Bethesda's thought about that of like, what do people like about Fallout? Oh, they like being the lone wanderer. They like in Fallout 4 going to find your son. And yes, we do like the exploration part of it, but if there's no one to interact with or nothing to interact with, it's not an RPG. So I don't know what they were thinking. I kind of want to give it another go, but I won't. I just won't. Just give me Fallout 5. Or if you're going to bring out Fallout 5, have a co-op element to it. Allow us to just jump in with friends and play the story together and enjoy that story together. So I'm really basically with this answer. Everybody talks about how bad Fallout 76 is, and everyone talks about how bad Cyberpunk are, but I was excited for both. And I've been hurt. Felt like I've been stabbed in the back by Bethesda and CD Projekt Red, and I will never get over it. But okay.
The only way to
I'll
make
come
this
back next
better,
week and go,
Bethesda, is by giving Bendy Fallout 5.
or Elder Scrolls 6. Stop releasing Skyrim. Give me Elder Scrolls 6, okay?
Yeah, not Skyrim
angry.
12.
She's not angry, she's just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed, Bethesda. I don't want to play it on my fridge. Okay?
Oh, I love it.
I might come back next week and go, actually, these new updates on Cyberpunk are great and I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a great time. But we will have to see when that happens.
I was going to say, if that happens, we'll wait and see.
Do I have any free time? I don't know. Probably not. So that's it. I think we've answered all of our questions, and Nettle is getting twitchy. Like, she is moving.
My fingers are moving over the Destiny 2 icon.
I was going to say, Destiny 2 is already loading up.
It's already
in
going.
the background. She's been playing it the whole time.
Yeah.
This is just a pre-recorded.
No, I know
Yeah.
Nettle's
72.
Yeah. So we've
absolutely.
I mean, throughout that Pokemon, it could have pooped. To be honest, it was like.
It was just like Pokemon.
Oh no, my camera's frozen.
That's
the still. That's the
screenshot
still.
go up. This is so yes, we've been the Unnamed Gaming Podcast. I would ramble on about where we are, but links are in the description.
Yes.
Wherever they may be on the page. So link on those. I've been Bendy. I am Bendy being on all the platforms. So if you feel like following me, do it. I've been making prosthetics recently and it's fun. Nettle, you.
I'm Nettlecreates, and you can find me on Destiny 2.
You better edit this podcast, bish. Tempus,
Why have we not got a YouTube?
where are you?
I am Tempusbe.
Not my fault.
You can find me on all good and naughty sites as Tempusbe.
No, you hadn't
Thank you for
OnlyFans.
listening, everybody. We'll be back.
I signed up to yours, didn't I?
We'll be back. Bonk. We haven't had enough bonks in this episode.
Bonk.
Because Deadshot wasn't here. Go watch last week's episode, which was great. We really enjoyed it and went off on many tangents.
Tangent.
Yes.
That's been us. Let Nettle play Destiny 2. That's a hashtag. Hashtag let Nettle play Destiny 2.
Hashtag let Nettle
We
play
love
Destiny
you.
2.
Good. Goodbye.
Stop raving now. I really need to go and play Destiny 2.